Today's episode is brought to you by Babbel. Babbel is going to help you learn that new language you've been saying you're going to do, but you keep putting off. Also today, we're brought to you by Quip. Quip is here to help you brush better and floss better and chew gum better. We'll get to that as well. Now let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Ghost and Crendor.
This is Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. Before our recording studio audience. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's up next Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to starting episode of Guys Crendor in the morning.
Yo. Yo.
E-I-E-I-O.
That's a good one. E-I-E-I-O.
Yep, save it. That's our next one. Next time, well, hit me with that. And I'll forget. I'll be like, oh, that was a good one.
Next time, the old barnyard.
Yep.
The old barnyard.
There was a Crendor who had a coxswain. Jesse was his name. Oh.
All right, maybe we shouldn't go to the barnyard. Might be a bad idea.
Yep.
How's your life going? Are you still stressed about work?
Boy, did I not ever want to talk about this again, but I had a really funny meeting with YouTube this week.
All right.
And it was basically them being like, so we noticed you don't do a lot of collaborations with people anymore, and we noticed that's just not a thing you're doing, and we're really curious why, because at one point in time you were doing it a lot and now you're not doing it at all. And I just sit there with like YouTube higher ups and just be like, 90% of my friends have left for Twitch. The other 10% were either canceled or have passed away. I don't know anyone on the platform anymore. So like, I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. They're like, well, maybe you could, meet some new people and partner with them. It's like, I am in my late 30s, y'all. I don't know anyone on YouTube anymore that isn't 19.
Just meet some new people. How old are you? Oh, half my age. Right?
They're like, yeah, just go become friends with some kid. Like, what do you mean? I have nothing in common with this person. I would gladly, if I knew people or like was in the circle of people that were still on YouTube, I would gladly do that. But I don't know anyone else.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated and angry that I like went off and I just went on a rant. And it was really funny because Kristen was just standing there and like, it felt so bad because she just had to be in the room as I was losing it. And when I was done, one of the guys looks at me and goes, I hear you. And I was like, get out of, I gave him this look that was like, shut up. So then, I came immediately out of that meeting. And so I think I've mentioned this. I think I've started taking writing classes.
I don't think you mentioned that.
Well, so I
definitely
am tired of having really great ideas and not being able to write a complete script that then I can take credit for, rather than I have an idea, I have to give it to screenwriters, they write it, and then end up taking 90% of the credit because they wrote everything, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's the producer, creator life of just like, I thought up the idea, but everyone else gets credit. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to start writing my own scripts for things, like actual scripts. And so in this class, we did a writing exercise. Now, mind you, I just come out of this meeting. So I then jump onto this Zoom call with this class, and I'm just like, all right, I am ready to go. I'm ready to like get creative. I'm ready to not think about YouTube for a hot minute because I'm really stressed about it. And they're like, okay, so today's exercise, we're going to do it in 4-minute chunks. The first is you're going to create a character based on yourself. Now, really think about it. Really create a character based on who you are. And I'm just going to read you. I have the notes.
All right.
I have the notes of this character. And the first writing exercise was, who is your character? Aging internet influencer struggles with learning to start again in creating a new and popular YouTube channel. He feels like he is both surrounded by people yet entirely alone. And and they were like, "Wow, this is such a unique story." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's crazy." that I thought this up. They're like, "Yeah, wow, this is so interesting."
This is actually my therapy.
Oh, I swear to God. I was just dumping. I was like, "And this is how I feel." Oh yeah. It was crazy.
And this character, he just wants to find himself and love.
I'm telling you. That's what it was like. And everyone in the room was like, "That's beautiful. That's so good." Yeah. That's yeah. And I was just like, cause I, honest to God, I had to tell in the YouTube talk, I had to tell them never to call me again and talk about numbers. I was like, when you bring up numbers and you bring up like, well, this video did this, so you should follow this. That is the least creative. Like, I feel like you're smothering me. Like, I want to create things and I don't ever want to look at the views. I never want to do it. I just want to make videos. And they're like, but if you just made videos like this, you would be more successful. And I'm like, but I don't, that's not who I am. Stop telling me to be that. Oh, I was livid, Crendor, livid. So yeah, I went directly into a writing session and was like, oh, and they were like, this is like beautiful. And I was like, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. So that's where I was this week.
Well, it also sounds like you want to be successful, but just by doing it the way you want.
I'm sure I think everyone wants to be successful. I feel like that's a lie. People are like, I don't want to be successful.
Yeah.
I just want to be happy in doing what I'm doing. But when I work with YouTube's idea of success isn't, YouTube has an idea that one thing is like, their success is one thing. Like, part of the conversation we had, and this, Crendor, is so upsetting to me. So I made a Final Fantasy 14 video that was a reaction to a trailer, right? And I'll be real open with this because it like upsets me tremendously. Yeah. So I made this reaction, and this reaction video has more views than anyone else who reacted to this video combined, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I go to search for it one day just out of curiosity before this meeting to see like, how things work. And I'm not at the top. In fact, I'm like 5 down. And the people at the top, even if I search like on different computers under incognito mode, whatever, it's usually the same 5 people at the top. And I'm like, well, that's weird. The number one video has 1,000 views. Like, why is this? So I asked them, I'm like, why am I not number one in this category? I clearly have the most views. Wouldn't I be the thing that you'd put up at the top? And their response was like, look, we have determined, or I guess the algorithm determined, that the amount of views for this video has been tapped out. Like, no one else is going to watch your video on this because the people who want to watch it have already watched it. So the algorithm is promoting people who don't have a lot of views to the top of this section of this search. And I'm like, wait, time out. What? They're like, yeah. So, I mean, that's like what we do. We promote people that, once you're tapped out, we lower you and then we promote people that can get other views. And I'm like, so then why, when I go look up a 7-year-old Five Nights at Freddy's video, it's always the same people at the top? And they're like, well, because the algorithm has it so that, there's a synergy where they made so many videos on this subject and then, it all flows back into it. And then people see these videos and they click. I'm like, so what you're saying is if I make more Final Fantasy 14 videos, I'll be at the top more? They're like, well, that's not necessarily the case of what will happen. But what happens is people see these videos and they keep clicking on them. I'm like, so you're telling me that they're in front of people's eyes and people keep clicking on them so they stay at the top? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay, then why is my video pushed down when it should be at the top and then eyes will see it and click it? And they were like, well, the algorithm says that your videos, like, the audience is tapped out for this. I'm like, but how would it know that if people don't see it? If it's pushed down, no one's going to see it, so the audience isn't there. And they're just like, well, the algorithm, I'm telling you, that's every conversation I have is like, none of this makes sense. I literally was like, the rich get richer is what you're telling me. The algorithm is saying that if you have 80 million subscribers and 1 million people watch this video, it'll always be at the top. But if I don't have 80 million subscribers, but I have the most possible views, it won't put me at the top. It'll lower me and they're like, well, that's what it does. I'm like, why? Oh yeah. This is why you don't like, This is why I don't deal with numbers anymore. I'm like, this is insane. What you're saying is insane to me.
Have you tried writing a novel like the chiropractor man in your description?
Oh, I mean, that's what all these classes are for. For better YouTube description writing, obviously.
Just take your writing class and then put it into your description.
I mean, where else am I going to work through all my problems? It's the perfect place.
I feel like you had a much crazier week than I did.
I mean, all that happened in the last 2 days.
Well,
so anything before that was boring. Nothing happened. And then the last 2 days have just been like, yeah. So, what happened to you this week?
Well, on Tuesday, I got my first Moderna shot.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah. And it was one of those things where, you go there, you wait, and you're just like, here's a shot. And I'm like, wow, that wasn't bad. But I remember I was like sitting there, and I felt a little like malaise,
I too, immediately after getting a shot, had like a thing. But I don't know if it was because I was happy I got, like, my body was like, you got the shot, bro! I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
No, I'm pretty sure it was. So prior to that, I was feeling, it made me feel a little like, but it wasn't like sick feeling. It was just a little like, and then, later on, I was like, my arm kind of hurt. And then I was going to play Dota with everybody because they were all playing. And then they were taking forever. And then Sam's like, why is it? And then someone's like, I don't know. And I was like, I'm getting really tired. I just left and like laid down on the couch, watched sports. But I wasn't like, the thing was like, I wasn't tired enough to like sleep or like, whatever. And then, but I wasn't energized enough to like do anything. So it was like that weird middle ground where I was just laying there like, all right. And then the next day, I was like 70% better with the fatigue, but my arm felt like someone hit me with a baseball bat.
Yeah, it definitely has, there's like a muscle right on the spot. Like nowhere else. Just like right on that spot. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, keep massaging it, keep doing that, move it around. So I was moving around and massaging it. And then the next day, it's pretty much good. It's like back to normal. But they said the second shot hits you harder.
Yeah, that's this coming week is my second shot, so I'll have something to report, perhaps. We'll see.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see. I've heard people be like, I got it, and I had like the flu for a day, and then some people like, I got it, and I had the same thing as the first shot. Some people like, I got it, and I just was tired. Like, I don't know.
My parents got their shots, and they were fine. My dad was like, I got my second shot, and I slept. And I woke up and felt fine. I'm like, okay. But then I hit him with the like, maybe they gave you the placebo, Dad. And he's like, it would be the VA that did it. I'm like, maybe, man. Maybe they gave you the placebo. Maybe you're the test dummy. He's like, oh. Yeah, so now I've got that in his head, so I'm feeling pretty good.
So yeah, that was that. And then I had my, annual gastro visit.
Oh, you were at doctors like crazy this week.
Yeah, so he was just like, all right, how you doing? I'm like, I don't know, I got like some heartburn, like pain here, but like it was worse like back in the day or whatever. And he's like, it's been 5 years since your last endoscopy. We could do another one, see if everything's good. And I'm like,
you should. And report back to us.
I was like, yeah, but like last time I got an endoscopy, I was like, oh my God, this pain is so bad. I think I have stomach cancer. And I had mild gastritis.
Oh, you mean before it happened? I thought you meant while it was going on. You were like, I think you gave me cancer.
No, they knocked you out
like,
for that.
What? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my God, this pain. That was when we were in England, I think. We were in England. This is like the second time in England. And
Every time you've ever traveled with me, you almost died.
No, that's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember my stomach was just so bad, and I was like, oh God, this is the worst. And then I was like, yeah, what are they going to find? This could be so bad. And it was just mild gastritis. And I'm like, what the shit is like not mild gastritis? I don't want to know. So I was just like, yeah, I mean, if my like things get worse, I'll do it. But like right now, I'm just like, it's probably something I'm eating aggravating me. Because I notice the worst is when, all right, this is going to sound obvious, but like, when I'm like,
brace yourself, everyone.
When I'm hunched over, like at a computer or like, just like eating on a couch or something, you're just kind of like, ugh, and you're like, obviously when you're hunched, your stomach and your guts are kind of getting pushed up a bit because you're not straight. And I'm like, it's either like breakfast or like a thing where I have coffee, or like, and I eat a lot, too much food, or because I'm like got a bulk, or it's just the coffee mixed in with it, and that's when I usually get like the pain, and it'll like last for like maybe like 30 minutes and then it goes away. It's not like a constant thing. And I had it like a few years ago too, and I think it was from eating too fast. So I think it's just I need to eat smaller meals and not have as much coffee.
Aren't you the journal man though? Shouldn't you know?
Well, I have started journaling my food again. So I'm trying to figure it out.
So wait, so you stopped, but now that's your problem. There's your problem. You stopped.
Yeah, that is the problem. I stopped the journal. Well, the thing is, I stopped the journal because I felt better. It's the classic, like, I was doing it, and then I got better, and I'm like, dude, I'm great. And then I just go about doing whatever, and then it gets flared up again. And then you're like, geez. In fact, I remember a few months ago, I felt great. I was like, man, remember when I had stomach problems? And then boom. It's like I willed it into existence.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, you screwed yourself over. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, I don't know, it's
So what chair are you using right now?
well, I just bought a new chair.
Oh, what chair?
So I was watching
Well,
Bob
first
and
off,
Brad.
what was your old chair? Hold on, what was your old chair?
There's some,
I have to know
Office
how
Max
awful
chair.
an old. Yeah, all right. So you had like a chair that probably was killing your back.
The problem is that a lot of chairs in like office stores or whatever are made for like people are like 6'6", 280. And that's like
Sure.
not me. So I was like, I just want to find a chair that's like for a small person, you know? And so Bob and Brad were talking about posture, and they're like, this chair is actually good. And whatever. So I go and look at this chair, and it's at a Flexi, I think it's Flexi chair?
Flexi chair?
Flexi Spot.
Flexi Spot. I'm looking this up.
Look at
Flexi
Flexi
Spot.
Spot. All right.
Flexispot.com. I see it. Ooh, they have like desks, like standing desks and stuff. But that's,
Yeah.
I guess not. I guess
So,
that's not
like-
what you're talking about.
There's the Soutien Ergonomic Office Chair. All right. Here, I'll even link it to you. Here you go.
The Soutien Ergonomics office chair.
And,
I'm
like-
looking at the first thing that popped up here was an office chair that's a bike.
All right, well, I linked it to you. Oh, yeah, I see that one.
I see
So,
this,
like,
yeah.
it had good reviews. Bob and Brad said it was good. And then the reviews I looked at, they were like, no, this is a good chair, but I need to tell you right now, this is a chair that's good for, like, people under 5'10". And I was like, oh, my God, I found it. I found it. And you know what? They're right. It's, like, perfect height. My back can actually hit the back of the chair without, like, having to be like, ugh, and, like, sit way back here. It's probably the best chair I've had. It feels like I bought a Herman Miller, but for, like, $1,000 less.
Yeah, I was about to say this chair is $259, and in the world of high-end chairs, that's a steal. Like most
Yeah.
high-end chairs are $1,500, like crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like it's got all the same like Herman Miller thing, like the arm things go back and forth and side to side, and you have like an adjustable lumbar support in the back. It's
I
fantastic.
see that. I see this. It looks very nice. Good on you. I was about
Yeah.
to say, I feel like the chairs you've been talking about have been crappy chairs. And especially
Yeah.
considering how much we sit in our job, like you got to get it. You got to have a good chair. You can't have
Yeah.
one of them like crappy chairs.
Yeah. So once I saw that, I was like, I gotta try it, and then got it, and I was like, wow, this is like the best chair I've had, and it's cheaper than some of the other chairs I've bought.
I
Crazy.
feel that. I can't believe that they have an under-desk bike best standing desk mate chair.
Oh yeah, they do.
So you can get on a exercise bike while you're, I mean, that's dangerous. Because I'm looking at the bike and it has wheels. It has like 4 mini wheels underneath the actual bike. At some point, you're just going to actually bike away. You're just
Oh,
going
yeah.
to zip away and that's
right
it.
on out of there.
Yeah, you're gone.
And I still have my standing desk from like a while ago I bought. But the problem, here's my problem with the standing desk, is that some of my computer cords are too short. So I start moving the desk up and it's like, and it just rips the cord out.
Yeah.
So I was like-
I believe that.
Yeah, so I was like, I got to extend these cords. So after this, I was like, all right, maybe I'll have this good chair, and then I'm going to alternate between sitting and standing, because I don't like just like doing one or the other. I like being able to alternate. And so I was like, all right. So I bought like USB extension cables, and I bought a long ass power outlet thing, and like I think I've got it now. It's like I now have the capabilities to sit stand.
I mean, you got it. You got it figured out. That's my dream, is to have a sit stand at the office and like be able to record stuff and also goof around with it. And like, I have a dream. Crendor, one day.
One day.
Yeah, good on you, dude. This is great.
Thanks. So
Good purchase. I'm blown away. This is actually like, it's super cheap and looks like it's not super cheap, which says a lot.
yeah, that's honestly the most. So I was like, there's got to be something wrong with this thing for this price, right? But no, it's fantastic, and I love it. All the reviews, I was like, these reviews got to be fake. Don't think so, because I would give it a 5-star review too. So yeah, you know, my updates is I got a shot, I bought a chair, and my tummy still hurts.
Yeah, my update is that I'm questioning my very existence, and I am over people in positions of authority. I think I'm just going to become like a Rage Against the Machine kind of like street vandal. Just be like angry at everyone. I miss young Jesse, where I could just be angry for no reason. It was cool.
I miss young Crendor, where I could eat whatever I want without pain.
Those are the days. What happened to us? What happened to us?
Age. Hate it. I also did a poll on the youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast YouTube channel.
What was the poll?
Said, I did it at the start of this podcast. I said, how long have you been listening to Cox and Crendor? 7% said 1 year, 8% 2 years, 14% 3 years, 7% 4 years, and 63% 5 years. And why have I done this to myself?
63% fine. Crendor, I feel like this tells us two things. One, our audience loyalty is tremendous. We could get them to do anything. If we ever need to start a private army, I think we could do it. However, it also tells me we need to find new recruits. We gotta indoctrinate kids like cigarette commercials. We gotta find a way to be like, listening to Cox and Crendor is the coolest. Your parents will think you're bad, right? Well, like, you know, we gotta get the kids.
They'll be like, wow, this show's great. They just talk about being old.
Maybe that's why we don't relate to the kids. Instead of being like, follow your dreams, you'll be great on YouTube, I'm like, these motherfuckers, I swear to God, every damn day.
I didn't have pain. It was great.
Today I woke up and my gastrointestinal problems were...
Like, how old is this guy? Like 70?
Oh, shit.
So, I mean, it all adds up.
Uh-huh. It all adds up. If anything, people should look at us and be like, this is what 10 years of YouTube creation does to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got gastro problems and I need a new chair.
Well, that and bad posture and eating late at night and not eating right. That's a lot.
All adds up. It all adds up.
That was another thing. It was like the gastro doctor was like, I mean, I can literally just tell you to do the same things I've told you to do before, or we can do another one of the endoscopies just to check. And I'm like, man, I guess I'll just do all the things we've done before. I guess they worked last time.
Yeah.
Man. But then I can't have the things that I like. And I like those things.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunate, but I feel like that's the fate of everyone. Like, okay, people, you know, I feel bad because there's, you know, people who just go through their lives like depriving themselves of stuff, and then when they get old, they'll be forced not to have it.
Yeah.
So you might as well get it out of the way now, because then you'll be old and you'll be like, oh, I never got a chance to eat that triple hot fudge Sunday burger. It's like, yep, it's too late for you.
I'll tell you
You
what.
missed out.
I used to be able to eat any fast food item known to man. And now, I remember after I got my gallbladder out, I ate that Panda Express that one time. I think my colon like died and came back to life. It was like the entirety of my colon was just like
the Christ of colons has risen.
That was a terrible experience. It's not even like, I just had to go to the bathroom. It was like my colon was just like, I can't even handle this, man. Like, what did you
I
eat?
feel for you, man. When I have stomach problems, like when I ate that almond milk and was just like, for a day. One day I was like, I can't imagine what having that with a frequency would be like.
And my thing is, I've got it mild. There's people out there that got it real bad. So I'm like, at least I got like the light version.
Do you think maybe that's just what they're telling you? Like, oh no, it's just mild. But really you have like the worst version?
No, because I've like gone on Reddit and places, and there's people like, I can't eat. If I eat like one pretzel, I die. And I'm like, Jesus.
Oh my God.
There's like, I go to the bathroom 15 times a day. I have GERD that's like acid flows up every time I lay down. I can't enjoy a meal anymore. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I do have the mild one.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I clearly am wrong, but I don't know. I've been very blessed to have like the iron gut. I do very, very well with food, except apparently almond milk, which is my one weakness, I guess. I learned that. So
I'm trying to track down what does it for me.
Well, that's why you have to keep your food journal, and that's why you failed for not keeping it.
I did fail.
You did fail.
Sad
Total
times.
failure. Well, you know what? Speaking of failing, I don't know where this is going.
Speaking of utter failure.
Speaking of utter failure, remember learning a second language in high school?
Oh, man, I
Or
lasted 2
college
weeks.
or whatever you were doing, and how we all, air quotes, learned a second language. Boy, let me tell you, I did a lot of Spanish, and the best I can do is Spanglish right now. Well, thanks to Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app, there's actually an addictively fun and easy way to really, truly, actually learn a new language. Whether you're traveling abroad, connecting to, in a deeper way to your family, or just you have a bunch of free time. I always say, if you're trying to pad your resume, another language is the way to do it. Babbel will teach you in easy, bite-sized language lessons how to speak and actually use a new language in the real world. 15-minute lessons are perfect for you to learn, and especially on the go. It's designed to be practical with real-world conversations in mind, things you'll get to use in everyday life. Its lessons were created by over 100 language experts. You can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent as well. So, if you actually want to learn, and I've been thinking about going to Japan for years and years and years. I keep thinking about it. And I always am just like, I don't want to go to Japan and be that sort of like dude who's like, I don't know, right? I don't know. I feel like of all the cultures to go to, that's the one where you should at least try. And I keep thinking, I got to use Babbel, right? I got to get on this. Well, right now, when you purchase 3 months of a Babbel subscription, you get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code Cox. That's BABBEL.com. Promo code Cox for an extra 3 months free. Babbel, language for life. Also today we're brought to you by Quip. Quip, as you know, is there for your teeth, for brushing, for flossing. It is one of the best ways to really hone your habits and become good at teeth brushing and taking care of your oral health. Well, now they have gum. And I know a lot of people are like, what? Gum, it turns out, is really, really good for your oral health. If you chew it after eating meals and stuff, it helps clean up all that gunk that's in your mouth. And Quip has their own gum as well. I actually have some on my desk right now. I've been, before we did this podcast, I was chewing some. I chew some after every meal. It's a great way to keep your mouth fresh, and it feels minty clean, and I love it. Also, it's a good way to relieve stress and curb appetites. Just putting that out there. Most of us chew gum, but not all gum is created equal. Some might come in fancy packaging, but only cover up bad breath. Others have tons of sugar and wreak havoc on your teeth. But the oral care experts at Quip have made a gum that stands out from the pack, helps prevent cavities, and tastes great too. It comes in a slim, travel-ready dispenser available in 5 colors, metal or plastic. and protects up to 10 pieces of gum at a time. You know, it's like a dispenser of one of those candies that I can't legally mention. You know what I'm saying with the heads?
Yes.
Anyway, in a world where we all need to be a little extra safe and hygienic, its quick release button means you can still share with friends. No wrappers, no hands, no hassles. Add a gum refill plan for the gift that keeps on giving year round with Quip's customizable subscriptions. Lets you chew and share at your own pace and no worrying about running out. Plus, the more you buy, the more you save with bulk discounts on extra gum packs. I'll say it's not a substitute for brushing or flossing, but it is a great addition to support your oral health. Pair it with an electric toothbrush for kids or adults, refillable floss, all their great products, and join the over 5 million mouths already using Quip. And if you go to getquip.com/Crendor right now, you get a free plastic dispenser with any refill plan. That's a free dispenser at getquip.com/Crendor. That's getquip.com/Crendor.
That's me.
You can also find out about the Quip electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and oral care in the aisle of your local Walmart. That's Quip, the good habits company. All right, Crendor, let's go to traffic. Have something that's got the Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
Oh, God. Sorry, I was journaling my food.
You picked the best time.
Yeah. Looking out there. We got some cars picking up traffic. People are starting to, go out again. They're getting shots. They're doing stuff. Man, I've gotten worse at these traffic segments since I've stopped doing traffic and started bringing up random topics instead. I'm off my game. And this one's especially bad. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. Now let's go over to Crendor at the weather desk. How's that weather?
Weather time. All right, let's get a little weather action out there. Weather time action. Weather. Whether or not you like the weather. Look at that one.
What? Whether or not you like the weather and?
That's it.
Oh, that's it. All right. That's threatening then. Whether or not you like the weather. Threatened.
I decided to type in 45454. And it looks like we're going to Jatiwangi, West Java, Indonesia.
Great. I think we've been to Indonesia a bunch. I feel like it's a calling for you.
I think it is. Maybe because it's warm and thunderstormy, and I like those.
Yeah, that's what I hear about you. Warm and thunderstormy.
75 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see. In terms of the weather, 90 was the high, 73 the low, humidity 94%. Pressure 29.89, visibility 6 miles, wind 2 miles an hour, dew point 73, UV index 0, moon phase, new moon. New moon. Looking at the 10 day, you got your 89 scattered thunderstorms, chance of rain 90%. Tuesday, 90 thunderstorms. Wednesday, 89 thunderstorms. Thursday, 89 thunderstorms. Friday, 89 thunderstorms. Saturday, 89 thunderstorms. Sunday, 90 thunderstorms. Monday, 90 thunderstorms. Tuesday, 90 scattered thunderstorms. Wednesday, PM showers.
Yeah,
Thursday, 90 PM thunderstorms. Friday, thunderstorm. It's a lot of 90s with thunderstorms. That's actually crazy.
Sounds, yeah. Rainy season, my dude. Yeah.
I think I always forget how rainy a rainy season is.
I mean, yeah.
Like when I think rainy season, I'm like, it's probably raining 4 days a week, but it's like, it doesn't stop raining. Which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Like it's just nonstop rain.
I'm a little jealous, but whatever. I mean, I guess I'm not jealous of rain, but at the same time I am, Like, I miss rain, but every time it rains, something terrible happens to my apartment, so I'm just hoping.
That's true. I love rain here. We've been getting some rain, and I don't know. It's nice because it's like it rained yesterday, and it's just you get a nice misty rain. You walk around, and it kind of just feels fresh,
I feel that. I believe that.
And that's the weather.
All right, Crendor. Sports
time. Oh yeah, this isn't even related to sports, but I've been doing my World of Warcraft achievements to get my mount for the holidays.
Wait, what? Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I just got Children's Week to go.
There are some people out there that are like, oh, thank God, this is way better than sports.
Oh yeah, they're definitely.
You know that, right? There are people out there who are like, "Oh, thank God,
without a doubt.
thank God we're talking about this and not sports. This I can relate to. Yeah, I too need to go get my mount before Noble Garden."
Yeah, well, Noble Garden ends today, so.
Well, they're out of luck. Shit out of luck, gang.
You had to farm a bunch of eggs, do a bunch of stuff. I never did any of that, and then I was able to get it all done. So now I just got that Children's Week left, and apparently the one achievement is you take your orphan to like battlegrounds and do shit, and it's super annoying. So that's gonna be like my ultimate goal to finally get that mount for all the holidays.
Bless.
Yep, should be fun. Should be some great streamer content as a streamer, not on YouTube.com.
Streamer content.
Streamer content. Which, by the way, like streaming, I like YouTube and I like streaming for different reasons.
Sure.
You know, you get that.
I mean, of course I get that. YouTube, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like, YouTube is like making a movie or a TV show where you do a thing and then you put it together and you think about how you want it to look. And streaming is like a play. Like, you're in front of the crowd and you just go. And if you screw up, whatever. You just keep going. You have to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's, I like it both for each reason. Like, it's obviously it's easier to just be like, what up, guys? Today I'm playing Wheel of Fortune, which that was me like 4 days ago.
Sure.
By the way, Wheel of Fortune for the Switch. Great game. Extremely bad.
Great
but,
game.
You know, you can only do Wheel of Fortune so many ways. But some of those puzzles, like, God, what do you, I don't even know. Anyway, sports. In the NFL draft's coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to have to go get my 3 guys talk about football crew together so we can talk about football, where people do like sports. Probably a little too much, honestly. And then over in basketball, let's see, we got James Wiseman hurting himself. That's not good. Hurts the Golden State Warriors' chances of doing things.
That's not good.
It's not good. Take a look at the standings of the NBA. You got the Sixers and the Nets up top in the East with the Bucks right there behind them. But the Hawks have been doing pretty well, 7-3. They actually almost lost to the Bulls, then the Bulls choked it away. That was a fun one. Over in the Western Conference, you got the Jazz at the top, 40-13. Wowee. Suns right behind them, 37-15. Suns were pretty bad the last 7 years, but now they're getting good again. And you got the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Lakers, and the Trailblazers all up there. Where are the Warriors? Oh, they're at the 10th. They're doing the play-in, so they might fall to they might slip out of the play-in to the Pelicans or the Kings or something. Could be crazy fun to watch. Over in the NHL.
Yeah. Shoot, what happened to you? NHL.
A lot of things have happened. Toronto at the top, Colorado at the top, Carolina and Tampa Bay tied at the top, and Washington and the Islanders tied at the top. Pittsburgh right behind them there, Florida up there. And it looks like the Minnesota is also up there. And Vegas.
Oh, jeez.
And Winnipeg and Edmonton, the other top teams in the other divisions. And then baseball. MLB standings. We got we got some baseball weeks in us now. Looks like Red Sox at the top of the East, Indians at the top of the Central, AL West has got the Astros and the Angels. Over in the National League, you got the Phillies at the top, you got the Reds at the top, you got the Dodgers at the top. And only 150 games to go.
Jesus.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Yep.
And that's sports.
All right, Crendor, what's our big news story of the day?
We don't know yet because we have to have the random fact.
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
Oh,
the
boy.
first person convicted of speeding was going 8 miles per hour.
Is this true? Is this true?
According to the Guinness World Records, the first person to be charged with speeding was Walter Arnold of the English village of Paddock Wood, Kent, on January 28, 1896. Arnold was spotted going 4 times the speed limit in his 19th century Benz, but since the speed limit at the time was 2 miles per hour, That meant he
Amazing.
was going too fast by today's standards.
Yo, that is incredible.
The constable had to chase him down on his bicycle, issuing a ticket for £4 and 7. What is that? What's their cents? 7s.
Pennywinkles.
7 pennywinkles, and earning Arnold the speedy distinction. Man, yeah, that's it. He's going 8 miles an hour.
I love that a cop had the balls to pull him over the first time. Like it was the first time we're doing that. Like, I love. He's like, someone's got to teach this guy a lesson. He's going too fast.
This guy's going to my 8 miles an hour. What the shit?
Like, how could they tell? They didn't have speedometers.
Oh, you could tell. This guy's flying. How could you not tell?
Yeah, you're right. This guy was zooming along.
So that's the random fact.
All right.
And then now we're at the big news story here.
Oh boy. All right.
You know, I decided to randomly check Cosmo. Mm-hmm. We're not doing a Cosmo story, but I just want to tell you there's an article.
But I just was on there for reasons that I'm not gonna. I was just on there. Yeah.
There's a wild night at Weed Church. Parentheses. Yes, Weed Church.
None of that sounds like a wild night to me. Sounds like the chillest night there ever was. It sounds the opposite of wild. At
What is
Weed
a
Church,
weed
everyone
church?
there's just like, hey man, calm down. I don't think it's as wild as they say it is.
But what is a weed church?
I don't know. Probably a church where people get high and just think about Jesus or something.
I see him, man.
Oh, what?
I see him. I feel him right now.
Oh my
Weed
God,
church.
man. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. The International Church of Cannabis is a religious organization in Denver that uses cannabis as a sacrament. I mean, I probably would have guessed it was in Denver, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds definitely screams Denver. Yes.
So yeah, there was that. Now for actual news stories. Let's see, we got Georgia man who received 91,515 pennies as final paycheck cashes out.
What? As final paycheck? For what? Why would someone do that to him?
Hold on, I gotta find out.
Yeah, this is an interesting story.
Coinstar came to the aid of Andreas Flayton, who found the gargantuan pile of oil-soaked pennies on his driveway, courtesy of his former employer.
Whoa!
What the shit?
What happened between them?
I don't know. A Georgia man who received his final paycheck and over 90,000 oil-soaked pennies from a disgruntled former employer has experienced a change for the better, finally cashing out his huge chunk of coins. Andreas Flayton of Fayetteville, Georgia, originally found a pile of 91,515 pennies on his driveway in March with a note attached to them that read, "Fuck you."
There you go. I mean, okay, yeah, that is, I feel like the act of oiled penny says it all, but I mean, we need the note.
According to the interviews, Penny Pile was the work of Miles Walker, owner of the A.O.K. Walker Auto Works Body Shop in Peachtree City, Georgia.
Yep.
Peachtree City.
Peachtree City?
Walker had reportedly denied Flayton his last paycheck and only acquiesced.
There you go.
That's a weird one. After Flayton contacted the Georgia Department of Labor. Coinstar, known for its coin cashing kiosk, came to Flayton's assistance after his story went viral. Company picked up the heap of coins, which Flayton had stored in a wheelbarrow with wheels that had deflated from staggering weight, and gave him $1,000 in cash. It was a shock and frustrating to be paid in this manner, and it was an extra burden that the pennies were covered in an oily substance.
Ugh.
I was spending an hour or two a night trying to clean the pennies and probably only cleaned off about $5 worth. Jim Gaharity, Coinstar CEO, said the company processes approximately 41 billion coins annually, so 91,000 pennies was all in a day's work. Flayton's girlfriend, Olivia Oxley, who had previously posted footage of the oil-soaked coins on social media and called Walker an asshole, who made unnecessary comments about my boyfriend's daughter and was just an all-around dick, celebrated the coin conversion on Instagram and shared a local segment featuring Flayton and Jeff Lale ahead of North American Coinstar thing.
That is like a vindictive level. I just can't. The amount of work that would have to go into that.
Yeah, like he could have paid him.
Yeah, you could have just never have paid him and never seen him again. Instead, you were like, "Oh, I'll pay you in pennies that are oil covered." Like that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. We'll take this directly to our processing partner. It'll be cleaned and wrapped and counted and recirculated, Lale said of the huge coin mess. Walker, Flayton's former employer, has been accused of creating a hostile work environment by other employees.
Yeah, you think?
Who said he ripped up pay stubs in front of workers and demeaned female staff. Wow, who would have guessed it?
Yeah, this guy turns out to be a dick. Weird.
When questioned by local media about the strange penny saga, Walker called Flayton called him a fucking weenie.
That is a solid roast.
That guy's a fucking weenie.
What a weenie. Yep.
Okay, Walker Auto Works has received a flood of negative Yelp and Google reviews in the aftermath of the strange penny saga. Man, what a journey.
Yeah, that is certainly a journey.
Man.
What an adventure we've gone on.
Yeah. I mean, that is all of the Yelp reviews are just pictures of pennies.
Yeah, good. Get him. I've never been a fan of internet revenge like that, but get him. All right, well, yeah, speaking of getting it, get it over to Cox and Crendor and give us a review. Not in pennies, please.
Yeah.
We will love it if you do that. We would be so thrilled if you would leave us a fun review. All right, well, that's it for us. Thanks so much, Crendor. Hit him with the socials.
Socials, youtube.com/Cox Crendor podcast. Subscribe, hit the bell, ding, ding, and be notified when those podcasts go up, and vote in our poll and tell us how long you've been watching. Let's see if the poll's been updated. Hold on. I imagine it has. We are currently at 7% 1 year, 8% 2 years, 12% 3 years, 7% 4 years, and 66% 5+ years. Why have I done this to myself? As well as many comments. So check that out and vote.
Are you sure they're not just clicking it for the why have I done this to myself and they're ignoring the number?
No, they wouldn't do that.
All right, that sounds like our
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
Right.
So check that out. Cut off the podcast part, and you'll find all the animations. Funny, haha, Dan Tan animations. Very good. Also, we're on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. Reviews, please. Also, find our main stuff. We got Twitch TV/Jesse Cox, Twitch.tv/Crendor. We got YouTube.com/Jesse Cox. Watch his videos. He needs to feel loved.
Yeah, thank you.
Watch my videos, youtube.com/Crendor. I just like making dumb videos. Yay. Also, twitter.com/Jesse Cox, twitter.com/Crendor, Facebook, Jesse Cox, Facebook, Crendor, Instagram, Notorious Cox, Instagram, Crendor was taken. I also at youtube.com/Warhammer Crendor and good night Crendor for ASMR and Warhammer if you like those things, because I'm trying to hit the algorithm better so you can only specifically do those things, and if favorites channels do those things, and if I do that, then the thing might promote this guy.
Yep. All right, well, Robo Crendor has ceased function. So that's it for us. We'll see y'all next time, and as always, to be continued.